What's up? I'm Bern. This is Haas, and we're talking the Alliance of American Football.
That's right. It's the Allies podcast starting now.
Hey, Haas.
Hey, Bern.
We got a big interview today.
I know. Special podcast. Great guest. Tell the people who it is.
It's Tyson Graham Jr. from the Atlanta Legends. Big player this past weekend against the Memphis Express. Huge plays, and now he's here to talk to us.
He's been one of the highest rated players by PFF all year on defense. He's definitely a name that you'll see popping up throughout Twitter or Reddit, guys that should be looked at for NFL jobs. So he's a name you definitely want to hear. It's a great interview. Really nice guy, didn't you think?
I loved it. Yep, and I'm excited for everyone else to enjoy this amazing interview. Let's roll it.
Sounds good.
Joining us today on the AAF Allies podcast, we've got the man of the hour, and let's not forget the leading tackler in the AAF. He's a starting safety for the Atlanta Legends, Tyson Graham Jr. Welcome, Tyson, to the show.
How you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're really glad to have you here. We got good timing on this, getting you right after that big game.
Oh yeah, that's perfect timing. Right after a great performance by our team and a great win. It's always great to start, the week off feeling victorious, and it's time to get another one now. Try to knock up another one.
Hey, when I opened the show, I was thinking about saying Happy Victory Monday, but then I'm like, it's Tuesday. Can we still call it Victory Tuesday? Are you guys still celebrating, or are you already looking forward to the Commanders game?
Oh, we're looking forward to the Commanders game. We kind of put a 24-hour rule in effect, so we're only able to celebrate a victory 24 hours. Now we I guess today officially we kind of put that game behind us, and it was a great win. But now we're preparing for the next opponent that we got coming in with San Antonio. And
so it's Tuesday, and the game's already behind you, but there is something that's living on, and it's the dance circle that you guys did for your post-game celebration that was on the Atlanta Legends Twitter account. First of all, that was super entertaining to watch. I loved every moment of it. And I was wondering, is that your official celebration now?
I think that just might be after last week. A lot of people have been talking about it, and we just might have to make that the trademark of after every victory to get that thing going.
I love it.
Thank you.
So who's the best dancer on the team?
I will have to say it's either JT Jones, our DN, or I would probably say Shaq Wiggins, one of the other defensive backs. Shaq is always dancing. I would say at practice, games, before the games, anywhere. Shaq will bust a move in any type of situation. So him and JT might be in the top dancers on the team. But I usually leave that up to them. I'm kind of like laid back. The laid back guy. I don't do too much dancing.
Okay. Do you think that you're going to be able to get Coach Coyle in there? Yeah,
he has to get in at some point. We get a victory this week, but he has to get in it. He's pretty exciting and juiced up during practice during the week. I don't see, why he can't. He, once he puts on, his oldies, during practice, he's kind of, loose and doing his little moves and everything like that. So it shouldn't be too hard to get him to do something.
Oh, nice. We'd love to see that. Okay, so first real question here. We always like to hear from the players about how they arrived at the Alliance, and just wondering from you, how did the AAF come onto your radar? Like, what was that process like for you personally?
For me, I had just got released by the Atlanta Falcons September, and I was waiting around to see which another team was going to come up with opportunity at the time. But the agent, the GM, Bill Devaney, had reached out to my agent and presented an opportunity for me to be a part of the Atlanta Legends. And I took it, kind of, read into the league, and it seemed like a great opportunity to get my foot back in the door, create some film for teams to look at, and also start kind of like a new position, playing more in the box and everything. And so once I actually accepted the opportunity, the grind started there. So I would say probably back in October. And then that's where everything started and started preparing for this. And then went to mini camp in December, and then, finished up with training camp in January. And then now we're halfway through the season. So this process is really like flown by, to be honest with you. But everything has been, looking good so far.
That's awesome. It's cool that you got to stay in Atlanta as well. That's a good fit.
It was perfect. I mean, I kept my house and everything. I didn't really have to go anywhere, so that's also another positive as well.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier than that. We're doing a thing on our interviews here with players, especially since we're not the guys out on the field. We don't really know what it's like to have that point of view, really. So we've been asking guys to take us through a specific plays and just kind of tell us what it's like in that moment from your guys' point of view. Would you mind doing that with one from yesterday? I'm sure you know which play it's going to be.
The interception.
Yeah, 3rd and 6, 3 minutes left in the game, 20-20, and Mettenberger rolls out to his right. What you got?
Mettenberger rolls out to his right. I'm automatically thinking that my defensive line, our great defensive line, has put pressure on him and has him skating out. So now he's kind of feeling uncomfortable. He's trying to force a throw. I see where he wants to go with the ball, but my other corner, Doran Grant, he's latched onto him, and as soon as Mettenberg throws it out, he tips it, he deflects it, and I'm coming down, and it kind of just fell right to me. And this is a play that I had to make to get us off the field because I didn't really want to settle up to a field goal. So it was a play that had to be made. And once I caught it, the only thing I was thinking about is just protect the football because I know they were going to try to get it out. And, crazy things seem to happen sometimes. So the quickest thing for me was to get it and just run out of bounds with it, get the ball back to my offense, and let them handle the rest, which I knew they would, and they came out big. So,
yeah. I saw you kind of wrap it up with two hands and run it to the sideline there. Mettenberger gave you a little shot at the end as well.
Oh, yeah. That's the situation where you just got to play it smart. You can't get too greedy. That's when bad things usually happen. So I had to wrap it up with two arms and get out of bounds as soon as possible.
Did you have any doubt in your mind from Doran Grant's play that there might be a flag somewhere that you didn't see, or were you feeling pretty good about it at that point?
I was feeling pretty good about it at that point. I think that I knew everybody would hold their own. I knew that everybody knew the situation and what was at stake, and any penalty like that would probably be a first down. So everybody was situational awareness, and just had to make a play on that, really.
Cool. It was a hell of a play and big play in that moment, man.
Yes,
Another
sir,
W for you guys. Yeah, it's fun to watch. For our listeners that are not super like X's and O's football guys, I wanted to ask you about Ed Reynolds being out this past week and just see like from a basic like the most easy layman's terms you can give us, like how that changes things and responsibilities for your secondary.
Ed is definitely Ed is a huge piece in our secondary, but everyone in our secondary is prepared. We all practice like we're the starters, so everyone kind of comes to work with that mentality every day. With that chip, knowing that anything could happen. But with that, you just have, of course, Ed brings also that veteran, leadership. He has some, taste in the NFL longer than I think just about, I want to say anyone on the deep. Well, probably the second most or the most. But he kind of brings that leadership that we need, that, and I think that every team needs. And you could definitely feel his presence being missed on the field. But those other guys, everyone else, we stepped up as well. Lewis Young, filled in, CG, Corey Griffin, everybody just steps up, and we didn't miss a beat at all. And everybody, once we're all on the same page, it's kind of like it's kind of hard to kind of, I want to say, to go against us just because we're all clicking, everyone's on the same page, know what each other's doing, and it's a pretty tough matchup, I would say. But Ed is definitely missing.
Yeah. You guys played a great game without him, but I know you're looking forward to having him back. So that's why I was wondering what that looks like from your end. Another question is, what's it like? You guys are 5 weeks in now, so you're settled in to that defense for sure, and understanding even like the nuances of the league rules. What's it like to have that rushing limitation of 5? How's that change for you as a safety and for your defense?
I want to say it was definitely different at first, just getting used to it. Coming from the NFL, I don't think you really have any, limitations on that. But I want to say the biggest. I don't even think it's the numbers part for me. That's the biggest thing that gets me. I think it's knowing where you have to be at if you're a blitzer, like maybe if you were like a DB or something like that. Like you have to be like 2 yards from the inside guy or 2 tackles over from the imaginary tackles or something like that. Just realizing and remembering those things, because the penalties for those are crucial. They're I think 15 yards or something like that, like the legal defense. So it's those. I would say that's like the biggest thing for me to get adjusted to. But other than that, I mean, our guys, we rush with 5 on our D line. I think it gets the job done. Just because those guys are big, speed, all those great guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wanted to know about this too. As a defensive player, it's towards the end of the game. Someone goes down. Let's say they kick a field goal or score. They need to go get another score. Instead of having special teams out there, the defense is forced to line up again in the AAF and try to shut them down on a 4th and 12. Is that that's an interesting wrinkle, huh?
That's definitely an interesting wrinkle. It's just like it's also with like the 2-point play, because I mean, you're almost like in the NFL. It's very rare. Well, I wouldn't say it's very rare, but it's not as common. Unless you're the Pittsburgh Steelers to go for 2, so you're kind of used to expecting a field goal or extra point or whatever. But it's the same kind of concept. Like you have to get ready to literally prepare for another play and it counts, because those 2 plays, or if they convert that 4th and 12, that's an extra possession. But it's kind of like that 4th and 12 rule is like, there's a chance, like if you get it, then of course it's great, because you get that extra possession and you're moving the ball. But if you don't, I mean, you could put your defense in a bad situation, because the other offenses, will have kind of, decent field position. So, I think that the rule is kind of cool, but then again, it's still different at the same time, just from what people are used to. But I think we're the only team, I know, that's done it so far.
You guys and the Hot Shots got it done this week too, but they missed one as well. So, but I know you guys were the first, right? So
yeah.
One other question is, how do you've spent 2 preseasons in the NFL with the Colts and the Falcons. How do you, as an AAF player this year, kind of balance giving it your all for the AAF? I know you're giving everything you have for the Legends, but then knowing that your body you may need your body still for the NFL pursuit after the AAF. How do you figure out how that works?
Like I literally just got done doing some treatment. What I do is I just try to take care of my body as much as possible, eat the right things. Like after every post game, I want to say if our game's on Sunday, Monday, I'm probably getting a massage, 90%. And from that, I'm just continuing through the week, just doing, things, whether it's extra stretching, icing, hot tubbing, cryotherapy, heat treatment, or any little thing to continue to just kind of refresh my body, especially since that recovery time is a short window, like being in like basically 4-day recovery period. And so I try to do that and try to stay on top of that to keep my body up. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure once the season is over, you'll be in OTAs as well. which will also be a grind, like you said, because you'll be jumping right into it'll be the off season of the NFL, but you'll have to get ready to, of course, put in the hard labor and everything like that, and then mini camp, and then training camp, and then preseason. Now you got a whole other season, so it's kind of like you'll be playing football for 12 months, basically.
Yeah, that's what worries me. So I'm glad to hear you're doing everything you can to take care of your body and prepare for that, because I'm sure those opportunities are going to come knocking for you this season you've been putting together. So, have you heard? This is kind of a question that's maybe a little too forward looking, but have you heard anything around the league or even within the organization about plans for the Alliance in 2020, expansion or any partnership with the NFL, anything that kind of shows that the league is really growing and pretty stabilized?
I haven't heard anything really, to be honest. I mean, I see like Twitter things or something like that, rumors that it says, but I really don't exactly know what they have planned. But I wouldn't be surprised if over the years that they decide to further expand this with more teams. I mean, I believe it's going to blow up eventually. Well, more so than it is now. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they do decide to expand teams. But I haven't really seen anything imminent though, as far as with any deals with the NFL in a way or anything like that.
Sure. Yeah, I figured I had to ask. All right. So last up, you got the Commanders this week. They're 3-2, coming off a big win there for them as well. How do you prepare, even without? It sounds like they may not have Farrow, but how do you prepare for Woodside and Big Play McKay and Trey Williams or whoever they're going to be running? How do you guys get ready for that game this week?
Their offense is pretty dynamic. We've seen them a couple of times in the preseason and also in training camp. We've seen them a bit. So we kind of have a feel of what they want to do. But then again, that's not the same team that it was a couple months ago. So you have to still respect your opponent. But we know they got some playmakers, and we do as well. So we're just trying to prepare, help do everything we can to stay on top of our keys and study our films and everything. So once the game does come, we could be ready to go at it.
Great. Well, we're looking forward to watching you this weekend, Tyson, and hopefully take home another win against the Commanders. Let everyone know where they can find you. Instagram, Twitter.
Instagram is tgraham, TGRAHAM _Jr. And Twitter is tgraham, same thing, TGRAHAM _Jr.
At tgraham _JR.
Yep, that's it. So they're both
Twitter.
the same.
Yep. Okay, awesome. Well, everyone check out Tyson Graham Jr. there. Check him out this weekend against the Commanders. Thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Yeah, keep up March Madness. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Bye.